Hey, my mates, happy Easter. Hope you had a nice long weekend. I'm sure it's maybe golf. Send me the one scorecard, but let me know how the rest went. Uh, Obviously, not much practice and videos and stuff. If you don't get a chance, obviously, please send me from the golf course. Yeah, always beneficial. Okay, so we're right there. It takes a little bit of patience now to get through, to get to that sub 80 that we're after. Okay, we've been threatening. We just got to keep this sort of going for longer periods. And then obviously that bogey train is a big deal for us. We've got to learn how to get off that bogey train a little bit earlier. Now, I did mention the course management to you the other day. What I'm talking about there is now next level course management of going, okay, I've made a couple or three bogeys in a row here. Let me just dial back and make sure really safe targets, really safe club selection. So still doing the same thing, but you're making sure you hit it down the left half of the fairway. You're making sure you hit it on a particular section of the green. And it just saves you that half a shot every here and there. It gives you that half a chance extra of saving a par. All right. Anyhow, on top of that, short game, you said it's getting better, but well, I hope it is. But yeah, the short game, getting out of trouble, and those putts inside of 10 foot. Sharpen those up. Save a par here and there. It's just going to make such a difference for us, score-wise and momentum-wise. All right. Okay. Swing-wise, where we at? The inconsistency is coming from a little bit of that. Okay. Causes a little bit of a dip sometimes. All right. And then from there, we just a little bit up and level at impact. So we're still trying to work on stabilizing that. All right. And then the difference between kicking up as opposed to turning and staying in my posture. All right. Now, if you get that and a little dip and you try and stay in your posture, you can feasibly shank it. All right. So it just needs to be done cautiously, but within the full rotation. All right. But send me some videos and we'll isolate exactly where it is. All right. Okay. So warm up on some helicopters. All right. Now, helicopters is this one where you outstretch your arms, okay, and then you don't move them. You use your torso to move them, like a helicopter blades, right? Okay, only difference is it done in our golf posture. All right, so from there, can we complete our turn and keep our shape? Okay, obviously none of that, yeah? Okay, but for you, it's about this side, so not getting there. Okay, that's the move we're trying to make. Teach your body that move with some of those reps. All right, then we're getting some L to Ls. Why? A little bit of short game, but obviously a little bit of that takeaway and hinge as well. When we take away and hinge, we tend to sync everything up a little bit better. All right. When we get a little bit wide, then that's when this, a little bit wide and flat. Okay, that's when this right leg starts to go and then the dip comes in, right? So for both of those reasons, L to Ls, and then we're doing some high, some low. Okay, so L to L high. So high is to teach you the up release, the driver release. Okay, so a little L to L. Okay, with a more upward thrust release. Okay, that one hit. I'm just doing it with the 8-iron. You can do that in your studio, so you don't need it over the top. Otherwise, if you get down to the practice area, do it with a lob wedge and then L to L it over the bunker. Okay, so you can see I'm just kind of just helping it a touch. Yeah. All right, and then L to L low. Okay, now can we stay forward and on top of it? Okay, without shanking it. Yeah, so L to L low. Okay, way more on top of the golf ball there with the chest. All right, that's a little bit of consistency that we're after. Happens at really high speeds. Okay, but it does dial into the short game as well. So that one, that low one would either be your chip and run or your sort of halfway skipping 30, 40 yarder, halfway skidding and then releasing out to the flag. All right, so for both reasons, very helpful for us. Okay, and then swing-wise, first draw, okay, we're going to focus on the right leg. So when that right leg is neat as possible. Okay, so turn, try not to over-rotate the right hip and lose the flex. Okay, and obviously try not to dip. Okay, nice, strong, tall backswing there. Really good flex. All right, don't worry how you kick from there and what your impact position is. That was a bit of last week. Just really solid on that backswing with a few different clubs. All right, and then second draw we're going to do is a low point draw. So this one will tie it in. Now, if you feel that solid right leg on the backswing, great. Okay, if you don't, doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got about just more than a club head and a half. Okay, we have to take a little brush divot, but not hit the tile like I did on the second one. Okay. Yeah. Now, obviously, if I go here, I'm going to either hit thin or I'm going to hit the tile. Yeah. Okay. If you're trying to do this and you shank it, then it's the right leg and a little bit of dip. Okay. So just a brush divot. We're not punching it. Okay, just a little brush divot, but can we keep our body angles? Okay, and just slightly de-loft this club. Something like that. Okay, that's the work for the week. Please send me some videos when you get a chance. Thanks, my mates, and I'll talk to you during the week. Okay, have a good one.